I did everything right. I worked out. I ate clean. I stayed consistent. So explain to me, why is my body still constantly gaining weight anyway? Have you ever felt like your body just stopped responding the way it used to? Like one day the rules changed, but nobody decided to tell you? Hey y'all, it's your podcast bestie Jama again, and today we're talking about something I've been living through in real time in real life. Why my workouts aren't working out the way they used to, and what that actually means in midlife. Because here's the thing, this didn't just happen overnight, and I think that's why it took me so long to connect the dots. Looking back now, I can see it all started years ago. At first, it was small things, or small to me. The weight, of course, being a little harder to keep off, nothing major, just enough to notice. Then came frozen shoulder. That was a big one, but I didn't know what was going on, and I just dealt with it for years. Then, of course, the knee pain, the point where I ended up getting injections, and I remember being told by the orthopedic surgeon, this is just normal as you age. And I was like, wait, what? Because wasn't my normal. This was all really new to me, and none of it felt normal. Then, of course, came plantar fasciitis, because it was one thing after another. After never dealing with anything like this before, I was freezing water bottles and rolling my feet on it constantly. And I still didn't connect the dots and dealt with that for another year on top of the things that I dealt with the years prior. And I just kept thinking, okay, I'll work through it. I'll adjust. I'll keep going because that's what I've always done. But then last year, everything kind of just stacked and really, really got me thinking. The brain fog, not sleeping through the night, hot flashes, and of course, more weight gain. And that's when it really hit me, like, oh, something is actually different. And of course, the health and gut issues I dealt with all of last year, if you followed along back then. So y'all know I've been a runner for over 35 years. I've run more than 20 marathons. This is nothing new to me. I know how to train. I know how to stay consistent. And I know how my body responds when I do the work. And for most of my life, I could count on that. I was the steady one, the consistent one, the one who showed up and handled things, especially when things got hard. So when things stopped working the same way, it messed with me. And I'm just going to say it. The most frustrating part of all of this is the weight gain and fatigue. Because when you wake up already tired, it's really hard to convince yourself to go for a run or to lift, or sometimes even for a walk. And then when you don't do it, or you can't be consistent because of life, the weight comes on faster and even more. Faster than it ever did before, and it feels so defeating. And don't even get me started on the stress and anxiety that comes along with all this extra weight gain that you are not expecting. And here's the part that really got me. I've been a vegetarian my whole life. I eat clean. I eat healthy. I don't overdo anything bad. I do love my ice cream, but I don't overdo things. So in my mind, I really thought this wouldn't happen to me. I thought that if I just stayed consistent, like I had my whole life, if I kept doing everything the way I'd always done, I'd be fine. I honestly didn't believe that the weight would come on like it did. I can track my macros, I can hit my protein goals, I can do all the things that they say to do, and the weight keeps coming, y'all. Make it make sense to me. And I think this is where a lot of us get stuck, especially if you've been someone who's always been disciplined like I have. Because we've been operating under a belief system for years. If I just stay consistent, I'll get the results. If I eat clean, I'll stay lean. If I work harder, my body will respond and the muscles will be there like they always had been. And for a long time, that was true. So when it stops working, we don't question the system. I'll be honest with you, we question ourselves. We think, I must be doing something wrong. I need to be more strict. I need to tighten things up. I need to go harder than I ever have before. And I don't know about you, but I tried that too. Trust me. I tried tightening things up and being more disciplined. I tried doing more and running more and lifting more and doing all the things. And all it did? Make me more tired, fatigued. Here we are again. And that's the part that really messes with your head. because you're used to being the one who can figure it all out on your own. You're used to being the one who can just adjust and pivot and push through and figure it out. So when your body doesn't respond the way you expect it to, after a long time of trying, it feels like you're losing control. And here I am, y'all, in the midst of losing control. And I think that's why it hits so hard for high-achieving women like me, because we're not used to doing things and them not working when we do them. We're used to effort equating outcome. And midlife is like, yeah, we're changing that equation. And let's talk about something else for a second. The mental math we start doing in our own heads. We start thinking, okay, if I can just get back to where I was, if I can just lose the weight, if I can just get that pace back. And you're constantly comparing yourself basically to a version of yourself that doesn't exist anymore. And that's a hard pill to swallow, because the truth is your body is still the same body, but it is also totally different and something that you probably don't recognize, like me right now. And different requires a different approach. And that's the part no one talks about enough. It's not that you stopped doing the work. It's that the same work doesn't work the same anymore. And this is where it stops being just about workouts and starts being about identity. Because when you've been doing something for this as long as I have, it's not just something you do, it's who you are. I've always been the runner, the disciplined one, the one who shows up no matter what and gets the workout in. So when your body starts responding differently, you don't just question your routine, you start questioning yourself. And nobody really prepares you for that. I wish someone had told my 35-year-old self that it's coming. And honestly, it didn't come for me until probably early 40s. And it's not going to hit all at once, like I said. It's going to show up in ways that don't seem connected. And when it finally hits, the anxiety, the frustration, the tears, the rage, it's going to feel like you don't even recognize yourself. That part hit me before the weight ever did. The weight is, of course, what you see and, of course, what I felt. That's what makes it real when your clothes don't fit anymore. But everything shifts before that, honestly. And now I'm in this place where I'm still showing up, but it looks different. There are days where I don't want to show up, but I'm trying. There are days I walk more than I run, and honestly, that used to bother me. Not anymore. Strength training has become my bestie, and slowing down has become necessary. And I'm learning how to listen in a way I've never really had to before. And even then, it's not perfect. Because, again, we get sick. And when you get sick, it takes longer to recover. Or even when you're working out or running, it takes longer to recover. So then, of course, that makes it harder to stay consistent. Harder to get back into it. And if life is busy on top of that, which it usually is, it just starts adding and piling up. And I think this is where midlife forces a different kind of conversation. Because we've been taught our whole lives, push harder, do more, stay disciplined. And midlife is like, yeah, we're not doing that the same way anymore. Not because you can't, but because your body is asking for something different. So instead of asking, why isn't this working anymore, like I've been doing, I've started asking, what is my body actually asking for right now? And I'll be honest with you, I don't have any of the answers yet. This is real time, y'all. I am navigating this in real time. I'm still figuring this out. But I do know this. You're not crazy if you feel things have changed. And you're not doing something wrong just because what used to work doesn't work anymore. So if this is you too, if you're tired or frustrated, or you feel like you're doing all the right things and not seeing the same results, I see you. I am you. I am right there with you. So this week, instead of pushing harder, I'm pausing and I'm slowing down and I'm trying to get back on track and notice what actually feels good and what feels forced, because I'm not going to force anything that doesn't feel good, and notice what your body responds well to and what it doesn't. And it is a lot of paying attention to your body at this point. You don't have to fix it all right now. Just start paying attention. Even take notes if you have to, like I have been. Because apparently my body has entered a new phase where it has its own opinions and zero interest in my life, what I'm doing, and my old routine and what I used to do. And I want to say one more thing, because I know someone needs to hear this. Just because your body has changed doesn't mean you've lost your edge. You're not less disciplined or less capable or even falling off. You're just being asked to evolve. That is what this stage in life is. Evolution. And I think that's the part we resist the most, because evolving usually means letting go of something that used to work really well for us. All right, that's all I've got for now. I'll see y'all in the next episode. Have a good one.